Right, I'm going to start off with a correction and an apology. In my last video, I accredited Christy Collar with naming me a random bloke. When it was actually somebody called Nicky Clark. My humble apologies to both of you for the mix-up. As I said, it's the old grey matter. It's starting to wear a bit at my age, you know. Right, I'm still on the trail using unanswered questions from the APMG Level Up series. Unfortunately, I was not a panelist on episode 38, and that seems like a long time ago now, which was how to become a change leader. But looking at the questions, I wish I had have been. Pity I missed it. Before I go on, let me say thanks to Nick Houlton, who's the CEO of the APMG, for allowing me to use these unanswered questions. Just one slight little teeny weeny problem with these questions is that as I wasn't on the panel, I have no idea of who asked the question apart from their first name and where they came from. But hey, is that a big problem? Not really. So let's go on. I've selected four questions this time, which I've decided to do in two parts. Video 41A and video 41B, but I'm going to load them at the same time. So it's going to confuse you a bit. Which one do you want to watch first? Okay, let's go with video 41A first, shall we? Which contains the answer to two questions. One from Rebecca in Sydney, Australia, who asked, why is data important in change management and how can I use quantifiable data to help manage change more effectively? And the other question was from an Elise in Canberra, Australia again, who asked, what is the difference, wait for it, between change management and project management, or project manager and change manager, to be absolutely correct. So, my favourite subject. I could go on for hours about that, to be honest. Anyway, let's get underway with the first two questions. Why is data important in change management, and how can I use quantifiable data to help manage change more effectively? There's a saying nowadays that goes, data is the new oil. In relation to change management, we often suffer from a lot of criticism that not everything we do can be measured or produces tangible results. Well, let me say to you, yes, we do. We work with a lot of data, both quantitative and qualitative, and it certainly does help with not only measuring success, but also what kind of change interventions we can pursue based on the outcomes of that data. What do? We do loads of things. We do things like organisation readiness assessment, business readiness assessment, impact analysis, communication penetration and measurement, usage and adoption measurement, training analysis, stakeholder analysis. Need I go on? Yeah, it's just a few. There's probably a lot more as well. This kind of data will definitively underpin your change management efforts by giving you the information you need to gain an holistic view of your initiative and enable you to manage the whole process with a lot more confidence. Remember the saying, you can't manage what you can't measure. I have to say, though, I am against the overuse and over-reliance on data that some change managers have, about which I wrote an article actually on LinkedIn called Are We in Danger of Dehumanizing Change Management, in which I said there are two types of change manager. There's the number one type, who sits in front of their laptop and desktop for the majority of the day, playing about with dashboards and creating pretty graphs and slides and decks to satisfy whoever it is they need to satisfy. Then there's the second type, who are primarily concerned with the people side of change. That's what change is all about, and can provide necessary and relevant data to satisfy whoever it is that needs to be satisfied using conventional tools. You don't need a slick dashboard. I then asked the question, do we, as change managers, with our resolve to help and guide people through change need to get on board and become more digitized in the way we operate? Or do we continue with what we have always done well in the past, which is spending more time with people and create bespoke outputs as necessary? I'd love to hear your answer. If you'd like to put your answer in the comments below, be interesting to hear, so please do. Right, second question in this video 41A. Question 2, as I said, from Elise in Canberra, Australia, was sorry, what is the difference between project manager and a change manager? Well, thank you very much, Elise. You've hit, as I said, on one of my most favorite ever subjects. I have quite a few videos on this channel that kind of skirt around this question, but I've never answered this directly. So here goes, and I hope I do it justice in this short time. I've been spreading the change management gospel since 2021, the beginning of 2021, and I'm continuing this year to a multitude of Project Management Institute chapters globally, which have all been received with great interest. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to extract a few important things from the presentation I used to try and answer your question. So project management is about installation. It focuses on a plan built around events and timelines to get from a current state, no installation, to a future state, installation achieved. However, change management is about adoption. It focuses on the people aspects of the change to get a critical mass of people to be committed to the change involved and to learn new behaviours and to sustain them willingly into the future. In 2019, there was a blog written by Suzanne Madston, who is a project leadership coach, and the blog was called "What are the 3 biggest mistakes that project managers make?" She says, number 1 is managing tasks and events at the expense of leading people. Spot on, Suzanne. The most common mistake project managers make is that they are more concerned with tasks and events than they are with people and the human impact of change. Often unknowingly, maybe their brain matter's going as well. Many project managers have a rational, a logical and analytical way of thinking. And project managers and change managers have different toolkits as well. Oh, this is not from Suzanne Madston anymore, this is from me. Okay, for example, a project manager goes into work, opens their toolkit and has a statement of works, a project charter, project initiation document, a business case, work breakdown structure, Gantt chart, budget estimations, resource allocation, scheduling and tracking, and all sorts. Whereas a change manager's toolkit contains things like a change methodology, readiness assessments, communication plans, sponsorship roadmaps, coaching plans, usage and adoption, training plans, resistance management, and reinforcement mechanisms. Again, what do I need next time? I've got to do this. I could go on forever and a day on this subject, but I'm just going to leave it there. I hope that you understand what I'm saying and you've got the gist of what I've been trying to say about the difference between project management and change management. So thank you very much. Okay, look out for video 41B, as I said, which I'm going to upload at the same time. Okay, cheers, bye.